Have you ever thought about turning your property into a successful Airbnb, but felt overwhelmed by where to start? Today, we're diving into the incredible journey of Judith Mwanri, a real estate expert from Tanzania who transformed her side hustle into a thriving hospitality empire. Her story is packed with invaluable lessons for anyone looking to succeed in the short-term rental market. Judith started her Airbnb adventure back in 2018. As a real estate agent, she noticed a growing demand from clients who needed temporary housing, but didn't want the commitment of a long-term lease. Seizing the opportunity, she decided to list her own property. But it wasn't all smooth sailing. Her very first guest experience was a nightmare.
Today, let's have some great conversations. Sit back and enjoy.
Thank you very much, Victor. Thank you very much for inviting me to this interview. My name is Judith Mwanri, and I'm a real estate expert. I'm based in Tanzania, particularly in the cities of Dar es Salaam and Zanzibar. Zanzibar is a country, but like we have a union between mainland and the island. Okay. So I've been an Airbnb host since 2018. Where I was still practicing my real estate advisory, because my first degree is in real estate finance and investment. And then fast forward, opened our company in 2023, December. Of course, we started operating before. We were managing our own Airbnb here in Dar es Salaam, a number of them. And then slowly we started to expand, managing for other people, consulting, training. So now full-time, that is what we do. We are Airbnb hosts, we're Airbnb managers, we are Airbnb, we train, we coach teams that want to get into the business and making sure that they are profitable enough to break even and to scale. Yes.
Great. That's amazing. I must say, what was your first experience like hosting your first guest?
Wow. My first experience was in 2018. So I listed the home sometime in April. Then I got a booking in July. It didn't go so well. I think the guest canceled some days before. And then I got another booking sometime in September. And then the September booking, first it's scary. Yeah. It is very scary because you're going to for the first time. Yeah. I had traveled before outside Africa, but I had never interacted with someone on a business level, because they had paid me, of course. So I didn't know like what to expect. I'd never worked in a hotel before. I've never dealt with the guests. Yes, we used to have guests at home. They maybe came from our village. They were family, and I wondered really if they would like the place. Their profile said that they were from America, and I was really scared. But I thank God when they arrived, it was a lady, and the husband was Congolese. So the lady is the one who booked. So at least it isn't me. I'm like, oh, they're Congolese, they're fellow Africans. So yeah. Maybe it'll be smoother and what, but not exactly. It was not an easy experience to deal with them.
To make matters worse, Judith's apartment was barely furnished. She had no Wi-Fi, no TV, and just the basic necessities. This tough beginning taught her a crucial lesson: the importance of a strong support system. She realized she needed a community of fellow hosts to share experiences and learn from. This early struggle became the catalyst for everything that followed. From that challenging start, Judith's business, Nyumbani Jiji, which means home in the city, began to grow.
What do you think makes a good host stand out?
I come from a real estate background. Yeah. And in real estate, we run numbers. We did a lot of numbers in my undergraduate, which was 10 years ago. I finished a lot of Excels, and it has to make sense. The real estate, the numbers have to make sense. That's when the tenant gets in. But in hospitality, it's about being human. It is the empathy. Being empathetic is the number one thing. I will tell you 90% of people who I coach, I train, are doing well. And also, fortunately, I don't know if not unfortunately, many of them are women also.
Okay.
Empathy comes naturally to women, yes. And also because we have been hosting ever since we were young. We're always hosting people at our homes, like mom will tell you, oh, go and take the plates, put for the
Yeah.
guests, dining table, set it up, We're always welcoming people, and the boys are not usually so much around the assisting to help host the not that I'm blaming, it's the African culture.
Yeah.
And some men are really, really hospitable. I've coached two of my clients who are really hospitable. One of them came from a hospitality background, another one was a medical doctor. But empathy, feeling the pain of, not really the pain, like putting yourself in the guest's shoes.
Exactly.
This person is in your home, and the number, if it's the hotel, they will trust the staff. If it's your home, they will trust you. They will not trust the driver. They will not trust the restaurant person, unless if they have been here before, so they know other people. But if they've never been to your city, they don't know anyone else, you are the person whom they trust the most. So if you are not empathetic, meaning that you cannot respond on time, you cannot give them answers, feedback to whatever maybe you agreed, it's all hopeless. Even if you have a very beautiful home, but if you cannot respond on time on matters like maybe the gas is not, the gas is empty, I need to cook right now. Yes, you might not have money in your mobile, like Momo money. I know you call it Momo money.
Yeah. Yeah.
In the West, yes. So thank you very much. Unfortunately, I don't have enough, but please give me 30 minutes to get back to you. And I will have, then after 30 minutes, if something is not happening, get back to them. Hello, how far? I'm still coordinating. I'm not, like just making sure that they're on the loop and they don't feel isolated. And
So,
things like, well, yes,
so
just
generally
communicating.
just
Yes.
communicating.
Communicating and placing yourself in their shoes. Sometimes it goes beyond communication. Sometimes it goes, we say, making sure that they live in your city as though they have been born there. Like, when your brother from the village comes and you tell them, if you take an Okada to town, it'll just cost you maybe 1,000 naira, like that. So
Yeah.
that they are sticking the budget.
Let's start with you, your own experience. What's that mistake do you think you've made recently?
There are a number of mistakes, but maybe too much, and that is not very good because when I say my team, I mean cleaners and caretakers. Currently, I'm in Dar es Salaam, but most of we have an Airbnb here in Dar es Salaam and an Airbnb in Zanzibar. But most of the homes that we manage physically, because we also manage some homes virtually, but most of the homes that we manage physically, which means they are our most profitable homes, are in Zanzibar. So trusting my team is something that I would say, or maybe not really being able to access that feedback loop. Maybe if they've gone to the unit and seen something which is not okay, there are things that I've already instructed them that you should report if you see the sheets are not okay. Like a camera will not see something like, for example, this one time my cleaner showed me, it was a mug. It was not broken per se, but it had like a very tiny fracture. In my standards, I
Right.
would not put that for a guest. But
Exactly.
she was like, it's just tiny, madam. It's just tiny. It's no big deal. I said, no, we cannot do this.
Yeah.
So trusting our team too much is not a very good thing. And we're in Africa. People here are relaxed. They're laid back. They don't understand that at the end of the day, we are getting reviewed. All our guests, they come from Airbnb and Booking.com. We don't do direct or offline bookings at all. So it means all our guests can review us, and then so trusting the team too much is a mistake that I make, and I know many people make that also.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
That's interesting. I'd like to know how you've been able to manage yourself without burning out. Like, what systems do you put in place, or habits that stops you from burning out?
Okay. So the number one thing is to get the right people It's not very easy, but the right people are out there. If it's cleaners, caretakers, it's at least in a hotel, has worked in hospitality. So all my cleaners, I poach them from hotels.
Oh,
I
okay.
don't take a cleaner who has never worked in a hotel because they understand something I don't understand. They understand how to fold the corners of the bed sheets. They understand some basic English, of which, well, everybody knows Tanzanians don't speak English.
Yeah.
Most of us speak Swahili around here, but at least they
Okay.
know some good morning. They know some guest who's and because they've seen it in big hotels.
Okay.
Um,
Some basic
so
housekeeping.
housekeeping, yes. So the housekeeping people, I get them from hotels because I know what it means. And if you get someone from a hotel, they're not cheap. So getting the right people is also not very easy because sometimes people want to underpay people. You need to pay them right so that they can also feel this. I've gotten 2 clients from them. They told me, Madam, there's a person who asked us, we think that let's just do business through you because we're not comfortable with them. Why? I pay them rightly. I don't brag about this, but I make sure my people are constantly paid well. And if there is an issue, I will communicate to them that this month is not very good. We had some election in November. The month was not very good, so I communicated with them that November is not very good. So getting the right team. And number 2 is also yourself as the owner of the BNB, as the manager, you need to take courses to train and make sure that you understand numbers. This month I started using Price Labs.
Okay. How is that going on for you?
It's still very, I know I like through, but I like the way they've put they have a market dashboard. They have a place where I can regulate my prices, like the base price, the maximum.
Yeah.
I can also dissect the market. For example, there are some of my clients who are very more potential clients who are very adamant about like, no, this location is good. So I just open my price lab and tell them, okay, numbers don't lie. Let's check it out.
Yeah.
So you also have to understand the business. I pay for courses. Last year I paid for a course in October. Well, it was a lot.
Okay.
I think maybe a ticket to Europe and back. So you can imagine, I've not even
Wow,
finished
for
the
it?
course yet. Yes, it is a lot of money, and I've still not completed it. But as an owner, you also need to understand things that are going on, the trends in the world, the design, the changes in travel patterns when they get to your place.
Yeah.
So those are the 2 things I would say. Understanding the business by learning through experience and through courses, and having the right team, Yes.
What's the
Mindset.
best mindset you can have as a host?
Okay, the number one mindset to have as a host is don't take it personal. Don't take anything personal. And I speak like this because some hosts are hosting homes that are owned by them through maybe inheritance, or they gave birth to their children there. They have a lot of emotional attachment to their homes. I thank God, all the homes we have as Airbnb, as an Airbnb owner, we have 2 homes. My homes are on arbitrage, so
Okay.
but to have the right mindset is going to come. Maybe they're from this country, or they're going to do this and this. Every guest is different. They have different experiences based on if they've been to the continent, to the country, based on if they've traveled so much. So don't be open, be kind, but don't be too naive. Yeah, don't be too naive. So the right mindset is to be kind, open, and not to be naive, meaning that you should just make sure all the laws of the country are observed, meaning you collect the ID of the guests. If they say no, you should be able to tell them kindly and politely that we cannot accept you.
Yeah.
So either you have to go and look for another place to stay, otherwise you have to provide us an ID. Things like if you need to collect a security deposit, you should do that. Things like if you need to if maybe you're a host, you are a host that is specialized in homes that are like if you accept all these small kind of events like baby showers, birthday soirees and parties, you should insure your things, insuring your items in the home so that if anything is broken or what, they can be replaced without you going deep into your pockets. Things like making sure that you go through it. If the guest is staying for a long term or again, events, go through all the items that this is the kitchen, 6 plates, 6 knives, 6 spoons. So being kind, but making sure that your systems are still upheld where need be.
So, what are the secrets to her success? Judith boils it down to 3 core principles: empathy, communication, and promptness. She believes that putting yourself in your guest's shoes is the foundation of great hospitality. What would you want if you were traveling? A clean space, clear instructions, and a responsive host. Communication is key. Judith emphasizes the need to be proactive, from sending detailed check-in information to checking in on guests during their stay. And when issues do arise, promptness is non-negotiable. Responding quickly and resolving problems efficiently not only satisfies the guest, but also builds a reputation for reliability and professionalism. These simple yet powerful principles are the bedrock of her 5-star service. Of course, running a hospitality business in a developing country like Tanzania comes with its own unique set of operational hurdles. One of the biggest challenges Judith faced was team management. Finding reliable and well-trained staff, from cleaners to maintenance personnel, was a constant struggle. She had to invest heavily in training to ensure her team met the high standards she set for her properties. Another challenge is the dynamic nature of the market. To stay competitive, continuous learning is essential. Judith is a firm believer in using technology to her advantage. She relies on tools like price labs for dynamic pricing, ensuring her listings are always competitively priced based on demand, seasonality, and local events. She stresses that to succeed, you have to treat your rental business like a real business, constantly adapting and improving. Now let's talk about a darker side of the business: security and property misuse. This is a serious concern for hosts everywhere, and Judith has faced it head-on. She's had to deal with properties being used for illegal activities, including being turned into temporary brothels or used for drug parties. These situations are not only dangerous and damaging to the property, but also pose a significant risk to the host's reputation and legal standing.
Direct bookings. And the big challenge with these direct bookings is that there are also bad people that are misusing these spaces. So that's the biggest challenge for me, at least, because I'm also a person who believes in if you're earning money, it should be legal. I mean, at least I know our Muslim friends are very sensitive with this. Like Muslims are very sensitive with, like, clean, like if you don't take, like the Quran says, don't take alcohol and what. I'm a Christian myself.
Yeah.
Like they have this really strict things about their religion. Clients, they're usually very strict one to attract. But now with these Airbnbs nowadays, they're used like brothels. People come and do weed parties, hooligans. Sometimes we are housing people we don't know, maybe they are wanted in their countries. I was talking to a lady yesterday, she's based in Arusha. She was hosting people wanted from a nearby country. We are housing sometimes people who are child trafficking, very serious case, people who are doing money laundering. We're housing all these people in our homes while we know it, and sometimes we don't know it.
Yeah.
Which, if we don't know it, I think it's okay.
Yeah.
If we do know it, it's a very bad thing. Not so how it really affected me. And I reached the point in 2002, June, I said, no, I want to learn how these online platforms work. I want to get good guests. I want to get a guest who really walks into my home with a suitcase. Because some guests, they walk in without suitcase. So it means they have a home somewhere in the city, they just come in. So I want a guest who comes with a suitcase. Then I'm like, oh, this is a guest. Great. So that is something that is a big challenge. It is affecting it is affecting the rise in a lot of crimes. Crimes are also, it's not very easy to track these people now because they keep moving from home to home. And because the homeowners do not have all these systems in place, they don't have their documents. So these people who are doing these activities are just freely moving around. They can stay in. One time they booked 5 homes.
Yeah.
5 homes in the same street somewhere here in Dar es Salaam. These guys booked 5 homes. So in the morning they will spend time the other one, in the evening they will spend time the other one.
Yeah.
So because I'm constantly talking to hosts, so I know many of these stories.
Yeah.
It's a very bad thing. So yes, there are a number of B&Bs, but not all of them are operating like with systems and with order, and most of them just say, I just want my money to come, and that's a really bad thing. It's a big challenge. That's the number one thing. There are many others, but for me, it's just too much. It's not good.
Are you saying despite, because I want to believe that you have systems in place for guest check, profile checks. So are you even saying despite those systems, you still experience such guests in your place?
No, for us, we don't experience them. And even if it does happen that we experience them, for example, I remember, so what happens is that if a guest is not a good person, they don't have good intention, and you ask them for an ID, they will not book the place.
Okay.
So this first, I don't accept direct bookings, like people who call me or like from TikTok or Instagram. All our bookings go through Airbnb. So after they book, I share with them a Google form, and I tell them, here is our Google form, kindly sign in, and you will be able to get the check-in details. Check-in details are such as the location, the Google location, like how is the place called locally, so that if they're talking to the driver, maybe they can tell them, oh, I'm going to say Lekki, or I'm going to, Long Island, or so then I also give them like if you're requesting on Uber or Bolt, what is the name? Lastly, the code. So after they complete the booking, we thank them for booking with us, and then we send them the check-in form. So after they book, they check, they confirm is when they get the check-in details. So like when you're filling in a Google form, and then after you finish filling it, they say, thank you for filling this form, and what. Yeah, so we edit that message and just say, thank you for filling this form. So if a guest arrives at the door and they ask me, why you did it, or maybe they're already in the city, why I haven't sent me any details, I know this guest has not filled in my form, because you're never getting those details.
Yeah.
Yes, Airbnb will give you a location and what, but they will not share with you an apartment number. They won't share with you like the code. I have to send it to you. So then I just tell them, okay, here are my Wi-Fi details in case you're already at the door. Please, can you please fill in the form? Then you get in. So this guest say, no, I'm not filling in any form. I'm not giving you any document. I said, okay, fine. I can just call Airbnb and ask them to cancel. Oh, you can't do that. I said, yes, I can do that.
Yeah.
Because we have a law in Tanzania that requires all accommodations facilities to provide an ID.
Yeah.
So ID, at least even if you don't collect the service fees and what, the ID will always help you if in case anything happens. Why will someone say no to giving out an ID? You can't go to a hotel and tell them, I don't want to give you my ID, here's my money, I'm just going to stay. They will basically not accept you. So you are an ill-willed person. You're a person who doesn't have good intentions. So it has almost happened.
Yeah. So hence what you're saying is the best way to go is creating systems in place and for regular checks for your guests. That's the best way to go.
Yes.
I want to ask, how is the government, do they render help? Like, do you get any sort of help from them as regards your business?
That is a tough question, but I will answer it because I'm on top of their neck, actually.
Okay. I
When
like that.
when you say the government, for us, there are basically four authorities that are in charge. I would say four up to six, but four mainly. So they have been, I would say, supportive, especially the Ministry of Interiors. They have been supportive in terms of they've offered training to us, especially people who are hosting in the bordering regions like Arusha, where is close to Kenya. They also offered some training to people in Mbeya, which is very close to Malawi.
Okay.
They did offer also extensive training. I know in Zanzibar they've done it a lot because Zanzibar, a lot of foreigners keep coming there.
Okay.
So they do offer trainings. They do a lot of they invite us in the hotels also to their trainings and to understand how to understand bad people, their intentions, people who are doing organ trafficking, human trafficking, and if we can report to them early. But the other institutions, we are still in discussion with them because we need to register. I do believe that we will complete the process sometime before the quarter of the year ends to register our association so that we are able to state our interests. Because yes, the government also wants from us our taxes, but we also have interests with them also. We'd like to get some for example, I know the hotel people here in Tanzania, when like if you're doing a hotel business, if you import these machines like fridge, wash machine, and what, you get some kind of like tax deductions and what, as long as those machines are in your name. Because in the past, I think some people used to take advantage of this. Like you just call your friend or your relative that you know who's doing a person just goes to sell them off. So as long as those things are in your name, like if you're buying sheets from China, they have embroidery of your name, then they will give you some tax. But I know they're doing that because those people, the hotels are paying taxes.
Yeah.
It's like when you have two children, there's one who's, as a parent, one is sending you money, the other one is not sending you money. You obviously favor the one that's sending you money. So at the moment, many people are paying taxes in our business. So I understand that when we start paying taxes, we can always push for those things also.
Okay.
But yes, they have acknowledged us. We are in contact with them, all these institutions, and we do
What are
hope.
the taxes like? Is it relative or is it way expensive? Like your income tax, your business tax?
Okay, so taxation is, I wouldn't say it's expensive. A lot of people don't understand. We operate as a company.
Okay.
And for us in the past, so in Tanzania, if you are a company, you can estimate your own taxes per quarter.
Okay.
Right? So in the past, we had like this very huge estimation because we did it by ourselves. So in the second year of our business, because we registered our business on the 5th of December. So in the second year after we did the annual reporting, we met a new accounting guy. I said, this tax estimation is too high for you guys. Are you really sure you can pay this? And we're like, I don't know, we don't know the numbers. We are still new in business. But to be honest, if you are given a room to estimate for yourself, it means you can really put any amount as a company. You can estimate for yourself. But with the partnership and with the company, they would have to, I think you'd have to also explain yourself or maybe present some. I know people who are paying some 300,000 shillings in Tanzania in USD, that would be around $120 per year in taxes. I know people who are paying $200 in taxes per year. So there's taxes, then there's registration of the business, which would cost you something around $400. There is getting the licenses. You get the licenses from two organizations. The municipal, where the taxes are 200,000, which is around $80 per year, $80. So it's $400 for registration of the business if it's a company, because we register as a company.
How fast was it to process the licensing, rather?
All this, the registration does happen online. There's nothing physical. So we had a really progressive. We had the President John Magufuli. He was revamped most of these organizations. They went into tech. So nowadays everything can be registered from online. It can take up to, I think, 3-4 business days. Yes, at some point you might have to maybe contact someone to fast track something for you, but timing should not be something that can bother you. You can open a company today, and after 2 days you can have it ready, as long as you have all the documents, as long as you have you've paid for the
Yeah.
for
What
the
about your license to operate?
So we have two licenses. We have one license from the ministry, which is $100. It's paid in dollars. The Ministry of Natural Tourism, Natural Resources and Tourism. It's paid in dollars, $100. And we have the one paid to the municipal, which is in shillings, some $80 per year. Yeah, and can be using one license for like all the homes they have in that, because it's paid in a municipal. Municipal is like after the region, like say Dar es Salaam region, then we have 5 municipals. So I know people who are using the same license for if they're operating in one municipal.
Okay.
And I'm not sure if that's allowed, but well,
Yeah,
some
well,
doing that,
that's what people get to do.
Yeah, yeah.
Do they come to like inspect your place before the license is given, or do you know about that?
Do they get to pay? Do they get to?
To come around to inspect your home and to like actually
No,
give you the go ahead to operate.
no. No, and that is something we had a meeting with what is this, Tanzania Tourism Board, and I told them Tanzanian hosts will shame you. I
Hmm.
told them that because I know the situation of the clients I consult.
Hmm.
I told them during the AFCON we will get really, really shamed for the kind of homes that we're hosting people.
Yeah,
Not to badmouth anyone, but if you're hosting, if you have a home and you have kind of guests that are only using the bedroom and
yeah,
not the other parts of the rooms, like the sitting room and the kitchen,
yeah.
and maybe some they're missing in the home and what. For example, in Dubai, they do quarterly assessments.
Okay.
So I think Dubai could be a good standard to
Hmm.
start into. I don't know how they do it in other African countries, but I know in Dubai they do quarterly
I know
assessments.
Rwanda gets to inspect your home before you're given the license. And even before like your business is actually like fully registered. The
Yeah,
registration
yeah,
is done, but like they still tell you, okay, they need to come see what you have set up and all that.
yeah,
I know
yeah.
after like probably 3 to 6 months in. So yeah. Well, so what are you saying that like Tanzania is now up for the game for AFCON to host AFCON?
Um,
Or you guys
Tanzania
are
is
just still preparing?
No, no, no. Tanzania is ready. We are very hospitable people, very nice, very warm, very kind. Infrastructure-wise, we have a lot to do. Our stadiums in Arusha are still under construction, in Zanzibar also. So when I'm in Zanzibar, the place where I live, it's
Hmm.
Fumba town. It's like
Yeah,
the opposite side of
I
where the
remember.
construction is happening. Yes. So like sometimes I can even hear them uh,
Okay.
are constructing. So infrastructure-wise, we are still working on it, and I do hope we're going to be able to complete it. We haven't, and in Zanzibar, yes, we had a lot of crazy elections and what, but at the end of the day, our presidents they want foreign investment to come in. They want all these meetings to come in. And I know Mama Samia, she was very instrumental in making sure that the AFCON comes to Tanzania.
Hmm.
So yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Well,
I do believe that, yeah, we're going to be ready by then. His people, President Mwinyi, they are on top of this every day. All these new politicians elected, they're always speaking about the AFCON, the AFCON, the AFCON. So it's a big deal. I know it's a big deal for
that's
everyone
good to
who's
know. Very insightful. I just want to thank you,
yeah.
Judith, for your time today. I've learned a lot, and I believe our audience watching this video will also learn a whole lot. Before you go, I would like you to tell us where exactly your homes are in Tanzania, so people can actually get to book you when they visit the country, and also share with us your online platforms that like people can get to follow you if they want to follow you as well.
Okay. So our home's in Dar es Salaam.
Yes.
We are based in Kijito. Okay, I don't know if that's okay. We're based in Kijitonyama. I just hope people will be able to pronounce it. We're based in Kijitonyama, where also our office is. So our office is downstairs. It's upstairs, and downstairs is where our guests we've made it comfortable for them. But also we are looking into like making the whole complete house an Airbnb, and we moved to the back quarters. So we're in Kijitonyama in Dar es Salaam, and in Zanzibar we have 7 homes right now. We have I live in Fumba Town. We have 2 homes there in Fumba Town. We have homes in Paje. Paje is like one of the top 10 places to kite surf in the world. It has the longest kite surfing season, like 10 months in a year. You know, most countries have cold water sometimes it's sunny, but most times it's cold. And our company is called Hamia Hapa. You will find it on same with the website. But most times I'm posting on my socials, on Facebook, on Instagram, on LinkedIn, on
So what are
TikTok.
your names on the social so people
Judith,
can?
same names, Judith Mwanri.
Okay. That's great. I just want to say thank you for doing this with us and having a great conversation with us today. Thank you so much, Judith.
Thank you so much, Victor.
Looking ahead, what does the future hold for the rental market? Judith predicts a growing convergence of real estate and hospitality. She believes that property developers and real estate agents will increasingly need to understand the principles of hospitality to meet the evolving demands of the market. It's no longer just about selling or renting a space. It's about providing an experience. Her final piece of advice for anyone managing rental properties is to be proactive and strategic. Don't just be a landlord, be a hospitality manager. Invest in your properties, train your team, leverage technology, and always prioritize the guest experience. By embracing this mindset, you can build a resilient and profitable rental business that stands the test of time. Judith Mwanri's journey from a struggling first-time host to a respected industry leader is a testament to the power of perseverance, learning, and community. Her story shows that with the right mindset and a commitment to excellence, anyone can succeed in the world of short-term rentals. We hope her insights have inspired you today. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more content like this. See you next time.